I ripped the crotch out of my pants at work. So this happened earlier today. I was at work and realized that my fly was open but I couldn't zip it up, so I went to the bathroom and saw that the zipper had blown out. I could not zip my pants back up. I untucked my shirt to hide my crotch and then bought more pants at work, which I changed into in the bathroom. I don't think anyone has noticed yet, so I think I'm good, but I was worried I would have to walk around with my crotch exposed for the rest of the day. That is all. My wife is spoiled princess. My wife's comes from an Asian background. I am a cis white male from America. In her culture they are kind of coddled and sheltered. I don't want this post to come off like I'm complaining, I just think it's different, since most of us on Reddit are from an individualistic culture instead of a collectivistic culture like my wife, so I would like to share. I think it's pretty nice. I just feel like in the white and black community, in our culture we tend to be more I don't need anyone but myself mentality, and the rest of us don't really have good relationships with our families, and we preach more of a forever alone mindset rather than sharing your life with someone. My wife has wonderful parents. They are very supportive of her. They paid for her entire college so she can go get a degree and be debt-free. Her parents are always there for her no matter what age she is. I honestly wish I had parents like hers. Like many of us reading this, our parents kicked us out at 18, and even if they didn't kick us out they would make us pay rent, or they were maybe abusive in some way, so we don't really have great relationships with our parents. My wife has had an easy life compared to most people. She graduated college with no debt, she only worked 1 year in her life so far, she's a stay-at-home mom right now. Her parents are immigrants and they have said that their biggest goals are to make sure their children never have to struggle the way they did. I found that truly inspiring. I want to raise my kids from my wife's culture and not mine. We are currently living at our parents' house because my wife and I are in the process of buying our first home at 27 years old. We are looking for homes around the same town as her parents. This is more of a silly/funny story that I am sharing. So my wife has not been feeling well lately, she has a really bad cold. Her dad is 62 years old and he made her a traditional soup from her culture and he was spoon-feeding her. I thought it was funny and cute. I took a photo and hashtagged Daddy's Girl Forever and my wife laughed. I asked out my coworker and ended up going out with her and her FWB. I asked her out because I know she's leaving the company soon and I'm still pretty new. She agreed to hang out, but she asked if she could bring another guy from work. I'm gonna try my best to forget about that awkward encounter that killed my ego. I kinda want a kilometers now. I think I was a victim of power play here, lol. My wife and me don't talk to our dads because they're sleeping together. My dad raised me as a single gay dad and my wife's parents divorced when she was young because her dad was gay. After we married, our dads started hanging out and then announced they were moving in. We thought it was funny until they said they were moving in as a couple. The thought of my dad and my father-in-law sleeping together is gross and we feel betrayed. How would we explain to our kids that grandpa and grandpa are also a couple? It's just too confusing, so we don't talk to them anymore. Shagged my housemate's GF. A couple of weeks ago I, 30M, was out with some friends at a pub watching the Rugby World Cup. I started chatting to this girl, 26F, who was out with her friends and we got on really well. I remember her friends were kind of giving me the evils, but I didn't really take much notice. We went out for a smoke together and were just chatting and flirting for about 30 minutes. After that I ended up shagging her in the pub bathroom. She never gave me her number or anything and we just went our separate ways with our friends that night. Anyway, fast forward to Saturday night, we were having a little housewarming drinks and barbecue for our new housemate, 29M, and he decided to invite his GF. The girl I shagged in the pub 2 weeks ago turns up and she had the biggest shock of her life in her eyes. We never mentioned anything and I felt guilty and awkward the whole time. I haven't said anything to anyone because I don't want to start any drama and it's not my problem. I never knew she had a BF. So here's my confession, and I don't plan on telling anyone else.